Okay, starting with cymbals. So I mean, what you see here, the little flagship, it's. I mean, the cymbals in itself, they may be different each time, but there are some there's some core that pretty much always, most of the time, stays the same. So there's say beginning from the outside here, to put some order to that. That's kind of a pretty recent addition, which is the Sabian XSR Fast Stax. So it comes as a combination of a 16-inch China and the bottom part of a 13-inch hi-hat. You can really stack it in like a couple of different ways. I mostly use it like that, although it's intended to be the other way around. But I just dig that sound so much, using it as a closed hi-hat, more or less closed with more or less crash to it.
You can change the tension here, or
you can change it like
under,
here.
Under, okay.
So for instance, you have more. So you may also want to use the hi-hat as some, say, option for your standard hi-hat. If you just want to have it a bit louder, you may also want to use the China in itself as a China, which is a great cymbal, by the way. And plus in the XX in the XS range of cymbals with Sabian, it's quite affordable. So it's not like super expensive and some very interesting sound. I totally dig that. Here, I mean, these two guys and
ashtray. This is the ashtray.
I mean, you can put like. Ashtray, yeah. You may also want to put cookies in there, which may be something. It's Sabian aluminum bells, so that adds some tonality to what I'm playing and allows me to come up with some little melodic phrases. The cowbells underneath, there are 4 of them. One of It's Gone Bob's Alex Acuna cowbells, which are mostly like, I mean, not just for their sound, which is amazing, but they have one feature that I'd like to share with you, which is this way of mounting them, which is very much different from any other cowbell on the market. Plus, this cowbell never gets loose. It always stays in place.
Because you only have a hole, yeah, and
screw. I mean that thing here. You can open it so much. You could even
here, yeah,
fix it like on a cymbal stand, and that's something that you can't do with any other.
It's the same mounting like tom holder.
Like on a tom, yeah. And it's not just on the Alex Acuna ones. It's also on the cheaper ones, which is just a pretty unique thing that I totally dig. And so far with the bells and the cowbells, the cymbals I have here, the crash cymbals are HHX explosion crashes. That's 17, 16, 18. I'm not always using explosion crashes, so most of the time it's extreme crashes or HHX legacies. But these are also like completely cool. They're a bit thicker as what I usually have, but that's totally all right. With this one here on the left side, I always have a little splash cymbal underneath, which is an AAX air splash. A little surprise, yeah. And especially having
show the sound of
having it cymbal underneath it. It cuts a bit different, as if it would be like on top of the cymbal. So I like that sound just much better. So again, that's 17, 16, 18. We have the 13-inch HHX Fierce hat, which I play many times. At times it's also 13-inch Artisan or the new HHX Click hats, but these go with me many times. I mean, they are now from the Sabian distribution here in Poland, but they work quite well for what I do. And the two ride cymbals, which are my my personal signature cymbal. So this is the garage, right? And imagine that feeling when I first read this here, which comes in 20 and 20-inch and 18-inch. This is still an old one. That was one of the prototypes that they made, but it was still in my cymbal bag. So, but it's available like everywhere. And my other remote head is an XSR head, which is more in a more kind of a budget line cymbal, but still B20 bronze. So great stuff here also. And a 7-inch Evolution Splash HHX that I still have here. So far with the cymbals. Drum-wise, that kit here is it's all equipped with Evans drum heads. So it's Evans G2 clear on top of the toms. It's an Evans Reso 7 coated as a bottom head, resonance side, which has a little thinner foil, but with the coating adds some more control to the sound, which I like a lot. With the snares, it's G1 clear, it's G1 coated, sorry, and a hazy 300 underneath, but again all Evans. And with the bass drum, it's a clear EQ3, EQ4 with that extra muffling ring that adds a bit more control and a lot of punch. So that's my favorite thing wherever I go. And the drums itself, it's all Mapex gear. So this is a Saturn 5, which is not a super expensive drum kit, but and I play this many times when I travel to different countries. But actually a very good set of drums, I should say. Pretty thin shell, maple shell. Inside layer is one layer of walnut. And what else? I got the Falcon pedals here, which many times travel with me. So I'm like super happy with those. And what else is it that I bring? I always bring my short hi-hat rod, of course, because that would kind of disturb a bit if it were here. And so, well, for the most part, that's it. Not to forget my sticks. So there's an upcoming signature stick now with ProMark, with my name on, which is using the fire grain / active grip technology. So I'm super happy with that. It's a bit longer, 16.5 inch, with a very long taper, which is something that not every stick has, and a much smaller tip than a 5A would usually have. So I have extra reach. I still have power because it's longer than usually, and I have lots of rebound because of that long taper here, and still a lot of, say, durability because of that fire grain process, which just adds extra strength to the wood. And I think that's sort of the little walk through the Starship here.
Yeah, thank you.
One more thing, this thing on 80-inch.
Ah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I almost had forgotten. That's also something that travels with me quite a lot, which I use. I mean, it's somewhat between a rivet-like sound, but and somewhat between rivets and a stack sound. So it has these metal plates, which are actually the plates that get cut out when Sabian makes the ozone crashes.
I see. Yeah.
So these are actually leftovers from the 25th anniversary that Sabian was having, and I organized quite some of them and made my own little devices here. And I mean, I have them, and Carl Brazil once saw it, so he also has one of it. I'm not even sure if he still uses it, but he desperately wanted to have one, so I should ask Carl if he still has it somewhere in his bag. So yeah, that's some quite interesting addition.
Thank you.